Healthcare by Hannah, Skylar, RJ, Maddie, and Cassidy. In today's society, we conform to whatever misconceptions are thrown at us. Jessica Lange says, because Shakespeare's language is so expansive, we're under the misconception that it's difficult. But I discovered that it's easy because it's so brilliantly written. The words are perfect, and the language is intelligent and very emotional. Now I know what you're thinking. This has nothing to do with healthcare. However, it has everything to do with healthcare in regards to the misconceptions that have dawned upon us. Take a moment to think about what a doctor or nurse do. Think about their job and all of the important, pivotal things that they do to keep you and your family healthy and taken care of. Now imagine that you suffer from a mental illness. Maybe you hallucinate and see random people following you around, but they're not actually there. Maybe you suffer from anxiety and it impacts your ability to live a normal life. Imagine what doctors have to do to keep you in shape and all the prescribed drugs they have to give to you. Finally, I want you to imagine a doctor giving you the wrong meds and you end up puking your brains out. Scary, huh? And rather disgusting, I'd say. Do you remember the first thing I told you to think about? What a doctor does for people? What if the way you thought of your doctor was not the way he or she actually performed? This, my friends, is an example of misconception. The misconception and the quality of education that mental health care doctors and nurses are unavailable for. Mental health care staff are extremely undertrained and have little to no background experience. Now think of cloning. I bet you thought of duplicating. That's a huge misinterpretation people have. Cloning is more of the reproduction and manipulation of genes. Wait, not those genes. I'm talking about genetic code of our deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA. Imagine a classroom of children. The teacher has given them the privilege of going outside for recess, but under one condition: they must behave. One kid, let's call him Brian, decides it would be funny to splash in a puddle and get himself and a few other children wet. The teacher then takes them all inside and tells them that they will no longer be able to have recess because they acted up. All because Brian decided to splash in a puddle. The children won't be able to play outside anymore. A similar situation is happening in the field of mental health care. There are several psychedelics that have been proven to reduce effects of certain mental illnesses. But because there are so many cases of people abusing these drugs, the public is under the impression that all drugs are bad. Do you get vaccinated early? What do you think of vaccines are made of? I bet you didn't know that vaccines are made of dead organisms. That's right, you're putting dead organisms into your body. Because of refusal by parents to vaccinate children, a large number of kids in the US are now susceptible to spreading and contracting diseases. Therefore, it should be mandatory by law for all children to be vaccinated. However, vaccinations are a problem because they have harmful effects on certain children and adults. Doctors are forcing vaccines, and the research on some vaccines are incomplete. But doctors educating the parents about the effects of vaccines, giving parents choice, and finishing the research could decrease the number of harmful effects it has on people around the world. Herd immunity means that most people in a community are immunized against an illness, greatly reducing the chances of an affected person could pass his microbes along to other susceptible people. According to a Los Angeles Times article, the benefits of herd immunity for pertussis and measles fall to what epidemiologists consider unsafe levels when more than 8% of their children are unvaccinated. There are many effects due to vaccines that people have no clue about, and millions of children are vaccinated every year. The chickenpox vaccine can cause infection leading to pneumonia, meningitis, and even autism. The MMR vaccine can cause seizures and joint pain. They carry risks like rashes or tenderness of site of injection, fever, and dangerous infections. Some vaccinations can cause seizures, inflammation in the brain, and fainting. These are serious issues that have happened.
Thanks for watching.
And remember, whatever topic you have in healthcare, there will always be misconceptions. It's up to you to stay informed.